this is what we mean when we say hockey stick growth. The website slowly grows for the first 6 months, and then somewhere between about 6 and 9 months, suddenly Google says, you know what, I'm going to start ranking this website now. And all of a sudden, bang, it goes straight up like that. And if you want to lay a hockey stick over the top of this graph, it looks like this. What's up, guys? Welcome to month 8 of the Race to $1,000 case study. This month, I can show you some hockey stick growth, and I can also show you some record revenue, $61.93. My target this month was between $60 and $70, so I got towards the lower end of that target range. Next month, I feel pretty confident that I'm going to get it up above $100 for the first time, which I'm really excited about. The second website is doing really, really well. So let's jump into it with what the goal was for this case study. So if you've not been following this case study, the goal was to make one affiliate site and one display ad site. So one site completely monetized through Amazon affiliates, the other one completely monetized through display ads. And then I was going to see which one did better, the one that was targeting low competition informational articles or the one that was targeting higher competition articles that sell or review products that go over and get sold on Amazon. So this is what's happened so far. The affiliate site has gone absolutely nowhere. It's the first site that I've ever done that I can't make budge no matter what I do. I've tried everything. I've tried paying services to index my site. I've tried throwing backlinks at it. I've tried everything under the sun. Google hates that site. The display ad site is doing exactly what I expected it to do, so I'm really happy with the second site, and I hope that it will be able to hit $1,000 before too long. Okay, so what happened with the affiliate site, the one that's not really going anywhere? I added no content. It's still sitting at 59 total articles. I'm just letting it sit there, and I'm hoping that at some point in the future, Google will decide to like it again. If nothing happens, I might break it up and put it into a bunch of smaller micro niche sites. I'm not sure yet. But here's what happened. Last month in January, I got 77 sessions, and in February, I got 82 sessions. So it's a complete flat line there. At the end of the month, the SERPs, so what keywords am I ranking for? Last month, I had 0 in the top 10, and then jumping into February, I had 1 in the top 10. In top 30, I had 2, jumped up to 3. Top 100, I had 2, jumped up to 7. Nothing to write home about. Still, 7 out of 59 articles ranking on Google is nothing at all to write home about. Not very exciting at all. Okay, here I actually did get some revenue for it. Somehow, remarkably, I made $1.52. I sold 2 pairs of ski socks. I am not in the skiing or snowboarding niche. It's just someone bought it when they had their cookie on my cookie on their computer. So just a surprise that I made any money at all from this site, seeing as nothing is really happening with it. To give you a bit of a contrast, this site is 8 months old. I'm already making more money from an affiliate site that I started on January the 1st, 8 weeks ago. So this site, 8 months old, is doing worse than one of my other affiliate sites that's 8 weeks old. Furthermore, that 8-week-old site has 2 affiliate programs, each paying between around about 15 to 20% per product. Not on Amazon, so I've got a longer term relationship with those affiliates. I can't put my time and effort into a site that's essentially dead when I've got other affiliate sites doing better already with better affiliate programs. So that's why I'm kind of not really doing anything with this site anymore. But I'm showing you the results of it because, I'm going through with the case study, and this was one of the case studies sites. So let's move on to the exciting one, the display ad site. I did add new content this month. I added 17 new articles. So we're talking about February. It's just ended. I added 17 new articles that were written by me, and one was written by one of my writers. Now, I had one writer working on this site for about 6 months. Well, ever since the start of the site, really. And I had him just being my dedicated writer for this site, pumping out content every month. He's a really good, prolific writer. And I asked him to write, and I talked about this in the last video, I asked him to write a new batch of keywords. And he sent that new batch of keywords to me, and I thought, actually, these keywords are better for a brand new website. So I started a brand new website, and I've put him as the dedicated writer to that one. So now I don't have a dedicated writer for this site. What does that mean? It means that I'm going to be slowing down the amount of content that I'm putting on this site, but I'm still targeting 200 articles as soon as possible for this website. I'm up to 143 now. The really exciting thing is, because now I don't have a writer working on it, I have to write all the content on it. I am going back and I'm doing the keyword research and I'm finding some really good keywords that I really should have written for about 6 months ago. And a few of those ones that I wrote maybe 5 weeks ago are already some of my best performing articles. So I think I've got a good batch of keywords at the moment that are really going to push this site further and further up and really help me to succeed with this website. So I'm really excited about that, but it means that I am going to be the only writer on this site going forward. Okay, so here's the total content. You can see, as I was saying, I'm kind of going to slow down the writing for this site because it's only me working on it. You can see here that in the last couple of months, I was getting around 30 articles a month, and then this month it dropped down to just 18. Okay, so let's look at the traffic. So this month I got 6,000 users. So that's 6,400 sessions, 7,200 page views. I actually thought that I was going to get better. You can see here that at the start of the month, I was getting maybe 250 visitors a day, and then that's the weekends. And then these 2 middle weeks in the month, I didn't really see much growth. And then that last week, I did see that growth that I was expecting. It got me up to around about 380 visitors a day in the middle of the week. The really exciting thing is that now I'm in the first week of March, so I'm not showing the data from the first week of March here, but yesterday I got about 460 visitors a day, so it's going straight up at the moment. So I'm expecting next month that maybe I'll get over 10,000, maybe even over 12,000 sessions in next month, which would be awesome. Okay, so I want to show you the hockey stick now. So a lot of people go, well, what is hockey stick growth? This is what we mean when we say hockey stick growth. The website slowly grows for the first 6 months. And then somewhere between about 6 and 9 months, suddenly Google says, you know what? I'm going to start ranking this website now. And all of a sudden, bang, it goes straight up like that. And if you want to lay a hockey stick over the top of this graph, it looks like this. You can see it's kind of like a hockey stick, right? That's what we mean by hockey stick growth. I've seen this for several of my websites around about that 6 to 9 month mark. People might say, well, you were stuck in a sandbox up until you see that hockey stick coming up. I know that you can avoid the sandbox with super low competition strategies, but the way that I build websites, it seems to me as if regularly I get this hockey stick growth experience that you can see right here. Okay, so let's look at the traffic growth from last month. So in January, my traffic grew by 150%. So compare January to December, January was 150% better than December. February, I'm only 50% better than January. So it wasn't quite as high as I would have liked, but still, as I showed you, those 2 middle weeks just kind of went flat, and then now I'm really zooming. So hopefully March will be even better than February, and it's still very strong growth. Let's look at the SERPs at the end of the month. I said last month that I wanted to double the SERPs. So double what I had in the top 3, double that I had in the top 10, just double everything. So I managed to double the top 3, went from 5 up to 10. Top 10, I went from 14 to 22, top 30, 29 to 50, top 100, 58 to 79. So not quite double for the other ones, but it was pretty close. It's really strong growth. I'm really happy with it. And hopefully next month I will see even more articles in that top 3 position, especially some of those newer articles that I've been writing on super low competition keywords that are actually getting pretty good traffic. And then you can see my keywords growth. So this is only keywords that I'm targeting. So the primary keyword that I'm targeting. But if you look at some of the secondary keywords that I'm also ranking for, so variations of that primary keyword, you can see I've got over 1,000 keywords that I'm ranking for now. That's up about 600 on last month. All right, the exciting one, the revenue. So my goal was $60 to $70. This month I made $60.41. You can see towards the end of the month, I was making about $3 a day. So if we take into account the fact that February was only 28 days, if it was a 31-day month, I probably would have been closer to the higher end of that range. So I'm pretty happy with what was going on here. You can see I'm making about $3, maybe $3.30 a day at the start of this month. That's giving me a good sign that I think that I probably will be getting over $100 per month in passive income by the end of March, which is really exciting. Another thing that's really exciting is I did grow my EPMV from $6.62 to $7.86. This is Ezoic doing its AI testing to make sure that it's putting the best ads and the best placeholders to make sure my EPMV is as high as possible. I should say Ezoic is sponsoring this case study. So thank you, Ezoic, for the sponsorship. And for those of you who haven't got the threshold, you need 10,000 sessions a month for your first website on Ezoic. If you haven't hit that threshold, I can get you in on March the 15th this month. So join my Discord group. I share a link on March the 15th and I can get you into Ezoic for even if you haven't hit the threshold. Okay, so goals for March. In March, I want to add 30 new articles to the display ad site. They're all going to be written by me. So my entire focus is going to be in March, writing as many articles as possible for this site. I want to hit over 10,000 sessions per month, which would be the Ezoic threshold, but I managed to get into Ezoic at a lower threshold because I already have several other sites on Ezoic. And I want to break through $100 per month, which will get me to 10% of the way there to my $1,000 target for this website. All right, that's it for this month. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you can see some hockey stick growth in your websites. Actually, I should mention for the hockey stick growth, you're only really going to see that hockey stick growth if you put in a lot of content. I've already written about 140 articles for this site. If you only write 20 or 30 articles and then expect to see hockey stick growth at month 7 or 8, it's not going to happen. You need a lot of articles if you want to see that sort of hockey stick growth. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Any questions or comments, leave them in the discussion below, and I'll see you next month, hopefully with another good month for this case study.